Are you looking for some Logic Pro tips? You've come to the right place. Today, I am going to show you a bunch of Logic Pro tips using my Logic Pro crash course. I made this crash course ebook so you guys can have a quick place to reference all of the amazing Logic Pro tips without having to read 6,000 pages of the Logic Pro guide. What's really cool about this is when you get to a page, you can click back to the top and bam, it'll take you right to the table of contents. Then you can click on a chapter and it'll take you to that chapter. Then if you click on the title, it'll take you to the video demonstrating the tips. If you want to get this book, I will put a link in the caption with a discount. So check it out. And to show you how awesome it is, let's check out some tricks. So I'll just show you like a trick and maybe like each of the sections. We'll go to section 1, setting up. All right, here's a really cool one. Did you know that there is a groove track? If you go here to this drum loop that I have, and you press Option T, this window will pop up. And now over here, you can select Groove Track. Now, if you hover over here, you can see these stars and you can click on one of the stars. So I'm going to click on this one. That's going to be my main one. And then I can click on the bass. Let me zoom in so you can see it. Now, if I click on the bass, it's going to follow the starred track. Same with this. See how it slightly moved it over? So now it follows the groove of the main groove track.
I think that you're lying. I think that you're lying to yourself.
Pretty cool. Let's find another trick. Back to the top. Let's go to section 2, arrangement tricks. We got some good ones in here. Did you know if you press G, you can open up global commands? I can just unclick the ones I'm not using. Now, if you click this drop down, now you can press convert to arrangement markers. Bam. If I move this, it will move that whole section for me. So let's say I wanted to start on the chorus like that.
I think that you're lying to yourself, but you never have to lie to me.
Pretty handy. Also, I'll give you one more. Let's say you want to skip this section. All you got to do is cycle the section you want to skip. Press Command click here, and it'll invert the cycle bar. Check it out.
I think that you're lying. I think that you're lying. You're always running late. That's okay, I'll wait. We made mistakes, but my feelings for you never change. You stay up all night.
Anyways, pretty cool. All right, let's check out something from navigation tricks. Ooh, this is a really good one. Let's say I have a bunch of markers, right? Obviously I don't in this one, but let's say I do. Use your imagination. Option /. So it's this slash, that slash right there. I believe it's a /. And now I can say, go to marker 7. Okay, and bam! There they are. So that's pretty handy. And then you can use arrow brackets to go by a bar. And some other cool stuff in there. Shift bracket, you go by 8 bars. Pretty handy. Now let's go to composing MIDI tricks. There's so many good tricks. All right, here's a cool one. Let's say I want to put this, this, and this into a summing stack. So go create track stack, summing stack. All right, and if I move these MIDI right here, check it out.
I think that
basically, you can write the MIDI part for all those instruments just right there. Kind of sounds a little crazy. So that's really cool for layering sounds. Another cool thing that I'll show you really fast, which is here, is there's a lot of cool things you can do with the region window. So if I put on quantize, 16th notes, and then I go to Q flam. It can go like that. And if I went the other way, minus ticks, lots of cool things. Piano roll tricks. So many cool piano roll tricks. All right. Well, did you know that you can press G and open up the global tracks here? So that's pretty helpful if you have markers and arrangement tools. You can use them in here. And you can even shuffle things around there too. What else can you do? So you can press Command R to repeat notes. You can press Command J to join notes. You can press Shift F to highlight everything from this note on. And if you want to just highlight everything of the same type, you can press Control Shift F. Another cool handy thing is you can put on time handles. You can make a selection like this, and then you can shrink it this way or this way. You just got to make sure you turn it off by pressing Control T. There's so many more piano roll tricks in here. Let's check out recording audio tricks. There's so many good ones, but the one I'll show you just for the sake of time is that you can actually grow these if you need to see them better. So that's a fun little trick. Let's say you loop a section like this, but you want to quickly break them up into individual regions. All you got to do is press Control L. Bam! Broke it up. You can also use the Marquee tool like that and press Delete and split, and then it also chops things up that way. If you want things to go back to default, you can just press Option click and then it'll just go right back to default. If you want to join multiple tracks together, you can just select these tracks and then do Command J, and they are together. Okay, moving on to the next chapter. Let's go to audio editing tricks. So a really quick one here is the key command to reverse audio. So we want to reverse these snares. All you got to do is press Control Shift R and bam, it reversed it. Pretty cool sounding, actually. There's so many really good ones, but another one I'll show you is, and this is really useful when you're trying to like line up parts. So if I double click here and then I go to File, for this to work, you have to turn off flex. So put this on and then make sure that is turned off. And now this little anchor appears. So let's say I want to put it right there. So now look, that's the track head, but there's the anchor. And I want it even closer. I want it like right there. So when I zoom in, I can see, oh, they're lined up. It's not the track head. Here's the track head. Here's the anchor. Pretty nifty. If you don't want to turn off flex like this, you can just bounce it in place. And that would solve that problem. Look how many tips there are. Marquee tool tricks. All right, well, this is one of my favorite Marquee tool tricks, actually. Let's say I want to crop a section. I have these Marquee tool sets up. Now let me go like this. And I want to get rid of all of that. I just highlight it and then press Command / and bam, cropped it for me. So that's pretty useful. Another thing you can do when you want to punch in, like let's say I want to punch in right here. Go like this, hit record.
Can take my heart, I guarantee. You're always running late.
So that's really helpful to punch in. And to toggle that off, you just hit there. Now we've got automation tricks. Ooh, I'm going to show you my favorite automation trick. Press A to automate. Let's say I want to automate this volume. All I'm going to do is go T, P, pencil. I'm going to automate here. And I could just draw in some automation. How amazing is that? Same with this. Just go mental drawing it in. And if I hold down Option, it'll draw it in a step ways. And if I go back to TT, you double click on this point, it'll just bring it right back. Now, step sequencer tricks. All right, I'm gonna show you my favorite step sequencer trick. Let's say I have a hi-hat that I like. I'm just going to drag this here, go to Quick Sampler Optimize. Gonna go to Classic. Just pull one I like. Let's go with that. Now I can play it on my MIDI keyboard. Okay, but now if I go P, go to Step Sequencer, here it is. And if I click this, do Note Repeat, I can actually add repeats. So it sounds like this. And if you click down here, you can add different stuff here. So if I do repeat, you could have added it here. So pretty cool. And then if you make your drum groove, if you want to turn this into MIDI, you can just control click on it or right click, convert to MIDI region. And now you have it here, and it still has the stutters right there for you. So pretty useful. And then bonus piano roll trick, if you highlight them all and go to Function, MIDI Transform, Humanize, it will slightly randomize the quantize and the velocity to make it sound a bit more human. All right, moving on. Logic drummer tricks. So Logic drummer tricks is going to be good for people that are still on Logic 10.8 and lower. I am on 11.1. I kept this in the book because a lot of you haven't updated to an M1 computer or to the newer Logic versions, so I wanted to have this here for you. But we will be using sessions, Logic sessions from now on. Now we're gonna go on to drum machine designer tricks. So I'm gonna show you my favorite drum machine designer trick. Let's say I grab this. It's a loop, as we remember. If we forgot, let me play it. All right, cool. I wanna play it out on my MIDI keyboard. So what I'm gonna do, hold it down, drag it over here. Select Drum Machine Designer. It puts each of the transients in each different pad. So look, you can see. So if I played it out on my MIDI keyboard, or what you can do, I can double click here. I'm gonna set cool, hot. I don't know, you can name them something better, like what they actually are, but I'm being a rebel. Now we press P, go to step sequencer, and here we see cool, and there we see hot, cool. I shake it like Jello, make the boys say hello, cause I know I'm rocking the beat. I know you heard about a lot of great MCs, but they ain't got nothing on me. Because I'm 5'2", I wanna dance with you, and I'm sophisticated, fun. Hey, feeling young, and I'm nice and young. Best believe I'm number one. Anyways, I also gotta say that this took forever. For the low price, less than what it would cost to go out for a Shake Shack meal, potentially, if you get a drink and like fries and a hamburger. You can get my crash course Anyways, moving on. Quick sampler tricks. So basically, I break down how awesome the quick sampler is. I'm going to show you it briefly, but I should honestly make just like a whole YouTube video on this, so maybe I will. But like, I'll just show you one trick that's really cool. So let's say I got chords. Okay, that's really cool, right? So I'm going to drag it over here. I'm going to go to Quick Sampler Optimized, which is going to analyze. So Optimize is going to analyze the audio and try to place it on the right key. It's a little hard when there are like multiple sounds at the same time. It's easier if it's like a flute. But when there's like multiple like chords, it's harder for it to figure out where it lands. But what the cool part is you have the options. You have classic, which you play. Oh, see, look, it placed it on G. So it'll just play whatever you select, right? So you can select here, or you can move it here, or you can move it wherever, and it'll just play that. One shot will play the whole thing. This is going to be annoying. So I'm just going to make it shorter. It'll play the whole thing, whether or not you move. You see, it played out the whole thing. Now, for chords, I recommend using slice. And you can change the sensitivity here. You can also change how it finds it. So you can go to the mode and do beat divisions if you want it to do like that, which is cray-cray. It could be like that. Or you could do manual, which is what I would do for here. So I would do it like here, 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 here. And now it placed each of those chords on these notes. So another cool thing is if you take this and you just like drag it, there they are. So you can see it just here. So if you didn't want to play it out on the MIDI keyboard, like so, you can also make this bigger. You can have it play here. So pretty cool. All right, moving on, back to the top. We got some mixer tricks. So Command 2, you open the mixer in another window, which we know with the new 11.1 update, which will be in chapter 11 update, since you have to be on Sonoma at the latest, and I think you have to have an M1 chip in order to update, so I kept it separate. But in the latest one, you can actually like move things around in here, which is really helpful. But there's other tricks you can do if you can't do that in here. If you want to select all software instruments, you can press Shift S. If you want to select all audio instruments, you can select Shift A. If you want to close this window, you can press Command W. Bye-bye. And there's a lot of other things that you can do. Oh, I'll show you one other cool thing. If you want to switch to stereo, if you click on this pan and do Control click, and then you do stereo pan, now basically what happened is you can pinpoint exactly where you want to place the sound. It can be kind of finicky to move it around, but I can move it there, and then and now you can kind of move the sound around like that. So you can really, really fine tune where you place your pan. And you can even flip the left side to the right side and the right side to the left side by pressing Command click. It turns orange, and now it flipped it. And you can widen it or shorten it or move it around. All right, favorite Logic plugins. I go through a bunch of my favorite Logic Pro plugins in here. Let me show you one of them. I'm going to show you Beat Breaker. Have you guys used Beat Breaker? It's super cool. I like using it for vocal chops. Let's try. Oh, we got our new search. This is only if you've updated to 11.1. You can search here, Beat Breaker. And now you can mess around with the presets, or you can change it in here, but I'm gonna do.
I think that you like deep down, but you never lie to me. I love you and nobody else can take. I guarantee. I think that you like deep down.
So you can see, you can finesse. And you can put this on a drum groove to change it up, which is really cool. So you can half time it. That's kind of cool. Anyways, lots of cool plugins in here that I go into in the Logic Pro Crash Course. And I have more tricks, a whole chapter on more tricks, miscellaneous tricks. I'll just show you one really quick. Did you know you can right click in here Let's do one more. This could be really useful if you were like taking a picture of lyrics or like instructions. You can even mark it up. Ooh. Anyways, you get it. Ooh, you can also do a sketch. I got my phone here. You can't see it because it's like very bright. I don't know if you can see it, but you'll see it when I go like this. There it is. There's my sketch. So, pretty useful. Lots of little sneaky tricks in here for you to check out. And of course, I have the Logic Pro 11 update. I'll show you all the new things that have come in the last, I guess, year, couple of months. But I wanted to keep this in a different chapter for those of you that aren't able to update yet. Hopefully you will all be able to update at some point because it's amazing. I'll just show you one thing in the latest update. Oh, so something cool we got is chords. So you can add chords, C9, and then add another chord. And then if you select these chords and drag them into a track, bam, the MIDI's right there. So that is also pretty cool. Anyways, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you check out my Logic Pro Crash Course, and I really hope it helps you create music faster. This really did take me forever. Look at all of it. And I keep updating it every time I get an update, and the updates are completely free. So if you want to check it out, I will have the link in my caption. Please subscribe to my channel. I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Sides, and I'll see you next time.